Testing. Sing one.
Broadcasting to you live from his studio in New Jersey, originally from the great city of Toronto.
Welcome to another edition of the Djstaples 93 Roundtable, live on Twitch with your host, Djstaples 93.
Also featuring Juno Award winner and superstar, Simone Denny, Impressions DJ, Dan, and DJ George Andrew.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, live on Twitch. Djstaples 93 Roundtable.
Testing.
Wow.
Mint, bro, mint.
Yeah. To quote DJ Zuka, mint, bro, mint.
Mint, bro.
I should have put some stuff like Jerry curl stuff in my hair for tonight's
Come on, man.
a Euro episode on the DJ Staples Roundtable. Welcome everybody. It's Monday. I
We're
don't
in
even
my
know.
house now, baby.
That's
It's all
it.
about the Euro, the fist pumping anthems, brother.
Let's go. Get on your acid wash jeans, everybody. We're gonna do some Euro. I don't want to
Euro.
yell. I don't want to yell. My dog will get crazy.
Too excited. There you go.
Yeah. Happy Pride Month. It's Monday, June the 3rd. Welcome to another edition of the DJ Staples 93 Roundtable. Very excited, Danny Boy, with our special guest here today. Obviously, that video, that song, as the kids say, it's a banger. Right? Gets the energy up. A lot of cool people here in the chat that haven't been here before. DJ Zuka's here watching. What is that one? Effer and Rocks is here. Somebody new. Paradiddle. I just like saying that name, so I'm going to say it again. Paradiddle. Shout out to Retro Mix Toronto, who's here. Is probably going to want to. Oh, by the way, we'll let MJ know that Retro Mix Toronto is looking for a channel ID for the Twitch, by the way. Welcome. Mike Harding is in the chat. We got all the heavy hitters, of course, Lexi and Sarah. A lot of good people here hanging out watching. So,
And you missed one person right there.
Who?
Bluebees in the chat.
Bluebees is in the chat. Yes, of course. Everyone say hi to Bluebees.
Tina Sposato, thank you so much for joining as well.
Tina. Hello, Tina. Good to see you. All right, Danny boy, you want to do the honors?
Bro, it's mint.
Mint, bro.
Zuka's
mint.
the best. I love Zuka. Zuka's the
too.
best.
Shout out to DJ Zuka.
Yeah, you know what? Let's bring her in. First of all, unfortunately, we don't have, once again, Simone Denny. She is off somewhere in this beautiful world of ours, traveling around somewhere, but we cannot wait to have her back. But right now, we are going to get going with the show. We're going to welcome our special guest. She's very beautiful, very talented. She is one of the Canadian icons for Euro music. Let's put your hands together and welcome Emjay.
There
Welcome,
she
Emjay.
is. What's up, MJ?
Hi,
How
everyone.
are you?
How are you guys?
We
Doing
are
great.
wonderful. It's good to have
so
you
much
here.
for joining us.
I'm super excited to be here. And I always say hello to everybody in the chat. I see so many familiar people that I've chatted with before. I'm so happy. Thank you for being here. Thank you for having me.
Look, I'm not going to lie to you. Posting this stuff on the Instagram as we have over this week and last week, a lot of anticipation, a lot of little messages coming in. Like so excited, can't wait to see MJ on your show. So we're very thankful that you're here. So thank you very much.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. That makes me happy. Thank you.
Yeah, a lot of people very excited to be here. So, if you see, like I said, as Dan mentioned before, on the right hand side, you see all the comments. If we have any questions or comments, we'll put them on the screen for you to see.
Sounds good.
But yeah, so there you go. So real quick, you are originally Canadian Euro queen, essentially, is what we're seeing in the chat and what we all believe here. We've been talking to Simone Denny about getting her enrolled in the Canadian Music Hall of Fame. I'm thinking, Dan, are you with me on this? I'm thinking we need to start a petition for MJ as well.
I think we do.
Right?
I would
I
love
think we
that.
do.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That would be awesome.
Sarah, if
be
you get a chance, Sarah, if you get a chance, grab the link and post it in the chat if you get the chance for the Canadian Music Hall of Fame, like we've done for Simone. People can recommend folks, and let's start something off for MJ while we're here. Why not?
That's the way to do it, guys.
That would be so cool.
Samus J is in the chat. Everyone wish him a happy birthday. He's happy that he made it. He made it.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, guy.
41 or something or other. He's old, that guy.
He's not old, guy. Come on.
He's old, but he's
41.
talented as a son of a gun. So we're glad that he's here. MJ, you've been singing a long time. Like you've been singing since what, the age of 12, apparently, from what I read.
Yeah, exactly. I started out, actually my sister had a boyfriend at the time who we're still friends with him today, and singing in the living room. I had my earphones on. I was probably singing Celine Dion or something like that. I had the vinyl of Celine, and he was in a band, a high school band at that time. So he heard me sing and is like, you can sing. So from there, I was part of the band, and I stayed for a little bit, and then I stepped away. I don't really remember why, but then I went back, and then we formed, like, some people left, some people came in, and then we stayed together as a band for 8 years. We did, some American Guild of Music Awards. We were really cool. We worked so hard. I mean, we had like band practice, and we had choreography rehearsals, we had vocal rehearsal, like we were like about 8 in the band, and we all had our outfits that matched, and not all the same, but we matched, and then we were all like dancing. It was really cool. We went up, mostly was up against rock bands, so we
Mm-hmm.
be different. We were doing like top 40, like Bobby Brown, and those popular songs in those
Yeah.
days, in the late 80s, early 90s. And yeah, we won first place 3 times, I believe it was, twice in Toronto and once in Detroit. And I did my solo competition as well. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's where it all started. It was really a good base for me to begin my career. That's where I learned everything. So
How
yeah.
did you get from that transition to go from being part of a band into a solo artist?
When the band broke up 8 years after, our sound man that was in a band knew this person who was working with Capitol Sound. So they
Mhm.
asked me to sing a song on their album called Memories.
Okay.
And that's where it started. They were signed to New Music, and then I got signed with New Music, and that's how my career started as a solo artist. So yeah,
Nice.
it's
But
pretty
with the band, so the band was, you said it was like 80s 90s pop kind of thing?
yeah,
And then as a solo artist, it did kind of start as Euro tracks, as we
right away.
call it,
Yeah,
right
it
away
was
into that. Yeah.
Eurotracks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Did
didn't know what Euro music was. I knew from Snap and being a fan of all that, but I didn't
yeah.
really understand the term Euro until I was in it, and then that's how I knew, and
See, it's
that it
interesting too
started
that you
from there.
say that, because I have to say back then, back in the early 90s, I don't think I knew what Euro was at the time as a fan listening to it, and this is before my DJ days kind of thing. So I didn't know exactly what Euro was. I just knew what this great music was that I loved so much,
Yeah.
right? And it wasn't until years later that it was labeled or dubbed as Euro music kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It was the same for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I loved it since then. It's great music. It's a great era. It's
And especially
unforgettable.
in Canada here in the Toronto area, as well as we're up north, where you are. You're in Ottawa, is that correct? You're in
Yes.
the
Yeah,
great
correct.
capital there, Ottawa. Yeah. So you grew up in
Yes.
Ottawa there. That must have been a big influence there in terms of the dance music in the Ottawa and Montreal area.
Mostly Ottawa was a little behind, I find. I mean, in the 90s there were clubs. There was a club called Spanky's, and then Boom Boom Saloon, and then a couple of clubs in Gatineau, but it wasn't as big as in Montreal and Toronto for sure. Those are it's where I mostly did my shows. But it was fun being in Ottawa. I didn't have to go far, so
Yeah.
it was great. But yeah, it was mostly Montreal and Toronto. And Toronto's always been the place, just
Mhm.
because I don't know, 90s is alive out there, and it's always been so, and they keep it alive. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, you and I are roughly about the same age. I'm actually older, but musical influences. I'm sure we might have a lot of the similar ones. But what kind of music were you listening to growing up? And was there something that kind of struck you that said, "Hey, I like this. I want to do this one day"?
Oh, that there was a range of music. I grew up with, my dad and my mom where they were fully into music. My dad has the best sound system and
Yeah.
stuff. But it started. Debbie Gibson was a big one for me. Debbie Gibson and
Nice.
Tiffany,
Yeah.
they were huge. I was such a big fan. But we listened to a lot of French music at
Uh-huh.
my house. Oh my God, there's such a range. Ozzy Osbourne, Pink Floyd, Everly Brothers. I
Oh
love
wow.
the
Yeah.
Everly Brothers. Neil Diamond, ABBA,
Yeah.
ABBA, hands down
Yeah. Yeah.
for
Right.
sure.
Right.
Uh, Such a big range. I don't even know where to start. It's just music has always been
Yeah.
part of my life, and yeah,
That's fantastic. It's such a nice variety when you go from ABBA to Ozzy Osbourne. I mean, when you think
Right.
about it, right? It's like one spectrum to the next. By the way, fun fact: ABBA just reunited last week for a photograph or for like some special photo thing. But anyway, I digress.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So
I've seen some stuff.
yeah, they look pretty good. They look pretty good. So when you were recording, when you started recording, were and I'm asking this because in the chat some said, "Oh, it's just dance music," and some people call it Euro. Was there a label on it when you were recording this kind of music when you first got started? Were you saying, "Oh yeah, this is Euro dance music"? Was it just dance music, or like what did you label it as when you were recording all these songs?
I don't even know if I was labeling it. I guess I just
Mhm.
went by what people were saying. It was Euro, but for me, it was dance music. I would say mostly more dance music than Euro. But
Mhm.
yeah,
I'm
I
going to
think
ask a
that's
question because I'm a Euro newbie, right? So I'm going to ask the question. For me anyway, how did it get the term Euro? Was it because it was similar to European pop music, or how did the Euro name come into it?
It
I don't
Anybody
know.
think?
from what I know, it was from that European pop influence. The Euro dance music was strong back in the early '90s, and Samus is a great person to ask about this too because he can tell you a lot more on the history of it, or even Driss, to be honest.
Right.
But the Euro music in Europe was very strong, and that style of dance music is what kind of came all around. And
Okay.
as Vinny said, yes, and mainly in Germany and Italy there.
Okay. Okay.
But
See.
it's interesting though, because that question that you asked her about this, because MJ, I wanted to ask you about this. You consider your music, especially now, you will consider it as Euro dance, but there's always, especially one track that you did that you covered, that I always feel and associate with freestyle music.
Mm,
Right. And so for me, it's like when you did Fascinated, it's a different feel, it's a different style, is it not?
Yeah,
Or did you
yeah, I
try to
guess so.
did you try to keep that spin on it where it was still to keep it like more of a dance style on it?
Well, listen, the label would give me the song, say, "Do you want to do this song?" And then, somebody was writing it and writing the music. So I just didn't really have much
Yeah.
say in it. I just said, okay. And then, I sang the song and I thought they did, the person did a really good job at it. I didn't really think about it though. I didn't think, oh, this doesn't sound you. I always felt like it was a little poppy, a little bit more. But I guess a mix of pop and Eurodance, I would
Yeah.
say.
And I
And
think
freestyle, as you
I
said.
think we associate Fascinated more so because of the original it's Company B, right? So Company B, who's it's more of a freestyle sound, and I think that's where
Right.
we kind of get that feeling from with that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I'll say this about your own music. What I do know about it is that it's really stood the test of time. Like, did you think, MJ, that when you recorded these songs, whenever, that all this time later, like they'd still be bangers, as the kids say, still, you know, people going crazy for it. You know what I mean? Like
Not at
that.
all. I never thought. I just went in and did it, and today I still perform, and I'm still amazed each time. I'm like, as if after all these years,
Mm.
my
Yeah.
dad's always reminding me, "Oh, you know how lucky you are that you're still." I said, "I
Good
know."
old dad.
I
Yeah.
mean, I feel so blessed. I have no words. I don't know. I'm so happy. I'm happy to where I'm at now and how it's going. And it's weird. I'm getting more interviews and more stuff. And I'm just like, whoa, this is amazing. Like after
Nice.
all these years, I never thought, because when you go into it, as a kid, when I signed my first contract in 94, I was 20 years old.
Yeah.
Mm.
And, I was just going with the flow and recording, doing oh my God, shows after shows after shows in clubs and clubs and clubs. Promo. It was always promo, promo, promo,
Yeah.
and it just built from there. But all those dues that I had to pay, or, the stuff that I've done, it
Yeah.
pays today. I'm,
At
I
that
feel so
age
lucky.
too, at 20 years old to be signing a contract and everything, did you have it in your mind? Like, did you think, okay, I know exactly what I want to do and I want to go and make it this big? Or did you just think at that time, let's see what happens with it and kind of
You know
just
what?
went down?
I did want to go big.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did in my my mind, I wanted to be like Britney or whatever. But today, I appreciate that I wasn't that popular. It's a tough business, and it's grueling. And I for a long time I was like, oh, it didn't go as big as I wanted to, but I think it was a blessing to me because I don't know if I would have been able to handle all that. At that time, it was already like hectic, in my small little world where I was at, and all those clubs that I was doing. But I wouldn't change anything. It was amazing. Now that I'm older, I look back, I'm like, wow, I was really lucky, and I'm glad to have had a chance to do that and meet a lot of great people, and to be talking to you guys today. It's like,
Well, we
I made some
appreciate. We
friends
Oh,
along
really,
the way. It's
absolutely.
yeah, we
amazing.
really appreciate you being here.
And
I
it's awesome
appreciate
that
being here.
it's awesome, like, somebody with your caliber and somebody like Samus J are together making music still. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's pretty great. So I'm looking forward to whatever comes about with from the two of you guys. So
Yeah, it's a really good song. When he sent me the music, I was like, wow. And he asked me to do the vocals and the melody, and I'm more comfortable doing vocals. When back in new music, they used to give me the song. The melody was already there.
hmm
Some songs I had to add vocals, and that's how I learned. I'm getting better at it. But melody, I was a little, you need a good melody,
yeah,
Yeah.
and you need talent to get something that really grabs you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope I can do this.
right,
But
right.
anyways, I did it. I'm proud of what I've done. I hope everybody's gonna like it. And thanks to Samus. I hope I'm pronouncing your name
It is
properly.
correct.
You're
As
in
long
good
as you don't
company, MJ.
as
Don't
long as
worry.
you don't follow Staples' lead, it is
Yeah,
Samus J, and that's it. Listen,
I used
I
to.
pulled up one of the chats here where it says new music. That's awesome news. So tell us a little bit more about this, about working with Samus and everything, because uh, for music, although you have those hits from the '90s and early 2000s as well, it didn't stop there. You still have more music that was coming out over the past decade, kind of thing. So, what else came out, and what else do you have that you're working on? Because I don't think does anybody know that you had a new track coming out with Samus, or was this
Well,
like
maybe
breaking news right here?
I love a breaking
not
story on their
everywhere.
show.
Yeah,
It was mostly when I get on every last Wednesday of the month. There's a whole bunch of DJs that Geno's or Us, it's called,
yes,
I've heard
and
of
I
it.
hopped on there, and that's how I met Samus, and that's where it started. And yeah, I didn't expect that. I was like, "Do you want to work on a song?" I'm like, "Yeah."
yeah,
Absolutely. So I was super happy. Instagram helped me because I wasn't really a big social media kind of girl. It took me a long time to get Facebook. Everybody had Facebook. It took me like 10 years to get on it. I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. And Instagram, it's fairly new to me. But as soon as I got on Instagram, oh my gosh, the opportunities started coming. I'm like, oh, why didn't I do this before? Because my ex-manager was taking care of the Instagram that I had, but I
yeah.
didn't have any control on it. But now I have all the control. I talk to people and message and back and forth, and it's wonderful. And that's how everything seems to be like rolling again.
hmm
But to answer your other question, I did work with a DJ out of Montreal with my ex manager that I had. We redid "Keep Me Hanging On" from Kim
Yeah,
Wilde.
yep, yep.
So
Classic.
that's on Spotify. There's another song that's called "As Above, So Below." And did I do something else? I'm trying to think. I think I think that's it. That's what was released, but that's what I did about, I think it was 3-4 years ago, maybe. So those
Yeah,
were the last songs that I worked on, and yeah. So it's been a little while.
yeah. That's good.
Samus is commenting in the chat saying, hearing the new song, all he's got to say is that MJ is back and our minds will be blown. So
We
there you go.
cannot
That's
wait.
Oh,
Samus, do
cannot
you have an
wait.
approximate time for when that's or MJ, if you know, like when is that looking to get released?
um, I know we're recording it in July, but I believe the label was saying, I hope Samus knows this. He's gonna find out now, but I believe it will be after summer sometime.
Okay.
Samus's comment there. That's awesome.
But that's all
Yeah.
I know.
Samus
All right.
when I get
Samus says when he gets off his ass. So I hope he does. I hope he gets off his ass soon. And I mean, it'd be nice to do it like a world premiere right here on the Staples Show with that
Oh,
video.
that would be cool.
Just
Yeah.
saying.
It's Samus.
Just
Come
saying.
on, guy.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll keep that in
Well,
mind.
There
Yeah.
we go.
Yeah.
Well, friends. So you got a performance coming up. What is it in July the 26th? Correct.
Yes, correct. The Summerfest in the mix.
In the
Summerfest.
mix. Yes, in the mix.
Yeah, at in the mix. Yes, it's the Muse event space in Woodbridge.
Yes. Yeah. Looking forward to that. We
Yeah.
went last year. Kathy Phillips was performing there along with Hellbent. So it was a good,
Ooh.
Cool.
great, really good time. We went with Love Bunny there, had a good time. So
Is that when you ran into Simone that one last year?
she did end up coming, just to, I thought, and when
Okay.
I saw her, I was like, oh, are you performing? She was just kind of there to say
Okay.
hi to Kathy at the time.
I'm just trying to relate now. I remember you guys all going. Wasn't DJ J online there or something like that too?
Yeah, Jay Online was also
Yep.
there. He was DJing. Yeah, Danny D
See?
was there from Z103 as well. He dropped a set as well, and yeah, it's a good time with DJ. MC. We'll say MC Pep and DJ Teal. So good guys in the mix there. Make sure you guys do follow along on that. So
Yeah, make sure you follow MJ on her Instagram as well. Now that she's very personable, she'll answer you, which is nice. Not
Yeah.
not
I
a lot
do.
of folks, right? So
I get
how did
excited
you
right away.
get
I'm
on
like,
Twitch too? How did you join on
That's a good
Twitch, and
point.
how did you find the whole Geno's Arrest and everything like that as well?
DJ Good Vibes.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
great kid. Yeah, Dylan.
yeah.
Yeah.
When I did a show at Zuka's restaurant, I met DJ Good Vibes, and then he sent me a message saying, "Oh, we have this thing called Geno's R Us. If you want to hop on," and I did right away. I only signed off to Twitch because of that, because
Really? Really?
I'm not the most savvy person when it comes to social media, to be
It's
quite
her.
honest. I don't even know how Twitch works really, but I mean, I hopped on and I just wanted to be part of it. I don't know. I missed that, and the music they were playing, and I was talking to the DJs. I got so happy and excited, and looking at the comments and interacting with the people. I
Mm,
love it. I love
We
it.
are, we are so excited to see you in the chat for sure. Like if
absolutely.
MJ's in the chat. No way.
Yeah.
It was great. It was great.
Yeah. And
Oh, yeah.
truth be told, Dan has no idea how the whole Twitch thing works yet
I-
either. So
yeah, I'm
you're in
still-
good company. You're
I've
in
only
good
been doing it for
company.
like 3.5, 4 years. I still have no clue.
Still has no
Oh
idea.
no,
Trying to figure it
listen.
out. Hey,
Even
Staples. At least I don't
Instagram.
call it the Twitch. So I'm just.
I'm
gonna
older.
say-
I'm older. That's
It's
what
so
we do.
complicated. I can't even wrap my mind around like computers and stuff like that. My husband's super good. My daughters are amazing. So I'm always
Yeah.
I call them my assistants. Oh, I need I can't do it. Sometimes I'm like, it doesn't come. What can I do?
Yeah. It's all good. All good.
I wanted to ask you as well. So you were talking about performing and everything earlier. Do you have a favorite song that you love to perform? Or do you have a song that it's like every time you go
I'd
out,
say let it
you
go.
want that one? Let It Go?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I
why?
just like
Why
the
that one?
melody and
Yeah.
I don't I like We Only Love too, but We Only Love is such a fast pace that it's difficult to sing live.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't know. I have a little I'd say let it go.
Nice. Very nice.
And let's go back. Let's go back to the Electric Circus thing for a little bit.
Yeah.
As obviously a lot of us here. I mean, we lived and died by Electric Circus and Monica Diol, and as DJs, like, oh, I want to get on that show. How did that come about? Did they reach out to you? Did you reach out? Like, how did that whole thing happen for you back then?
I think it was the label or Primus Records, my manager at the time, because I remember following Capital Sound at one point before my songs were released, and they would go on Music Plus first and Much Music, and then especially Music Plus, they go to the Dome after, to the Club Dome, and oh my gosh, I was so in awe. I couldn't, I'm like, I want to be there one day, I wish that was me, and it did happen. But I think that's how it started. They just had, some connections with Music Plus and then Much Music, and the ball kept rolling, and yeah. Yeah, we've been there so many times. I loved it. It was my place. I felt comfortable there.
Nice.
Yeah, it was
And
really cool.
you said earlier too, you said that you didn't make it as big as you wanted to, kind of thing. But in my eyes, you kind of did. I mean, especially since you also were nominated for 2 Junos. One
Yes.
was in 2000, the other one in 96 or 97, I believe, was it?
Yeah, 96 and 99. Yeah.
96, 99. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
In Your Arms and Over and Over in 99.
Yeah.
And the song
Yeah.
Over and Over, that happened because when I did the tour with the Backstreet Boys, the guitarist approached me and he wanted to work with me. So we worked on 3 songs together. And
Oh, nice.
yeah, it was pretty cool. They're so nice. And I mean, I got nominated, so
Yeah.
and I got a video for that, but I have to upload it on YouTube. I haven't done that yet. I don't think most people know about it. I think it played on Much Music a little bit,
If you have a
but
video for
it's
it, you got
not
to
as well known.
send it over to Extended Mix so those guys can get it to all the DJs. And this way we can all play
Okay,
it. Yeah. Extended Mix.
okay.
That's the way to do
I
it.
have it on a DVD. So it used to be on a VHS, but my God bless my father. He, my dad has been there for all my shows. He has films and films and films. I can't even, it's crazy
Yeah.
how much stuff I have because of him. So,
That's
Sounds
great.
like a
yeah.
pretty proud. It sounds like a pretty proud dad to me, right? He's recording
Oh,
all your stuff. That's great. It's nice when you
so
have that
much.
kind of support. Yeah.
I was really lucky. I got great support from my family, my sister, my brother, and my mom, who's passed now. It's been 4 years, but yeah, yeah. It's
Have
I
you
was thank
considered?
goodness.
Yeah. Have you considered starting your own YouTube channel? Actually, somebody put that in the chat just now as well.
We've been talking about it, my husband and I, but it takes a lot of energy. I don't know
Mm.
if I have the energy to do that. I have 2 kids. I don't know. I have a dog. I'm tired now. Now I've been thinking about it. I don't know if I am able to keep up with it. It's
Mm.
just,
Isn't that
it's
why
a
you
lot
have
of
kids? So that's
work.
why you have the daughter. She's the
Yeah.
one who's supposed to do that for you.
That's why
Yeah,
she's the
right.
assistant.
Right?
Make her
Yeah.
earn her keep. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
Put
you're
her to
right.
work.
I should
Is she a
Tell her no.
singer at
she
all
would
as well, or
gladly do that.
does she do anything in music at all?
Both my daughters, they love to sing.
Yeah.
They, I being a singer, over the years I teach them. I was their singing teacher, and I saw them getting better and better at it. They had a little trouble, especially my eldest Enya. When she was singing, it wasn't right on there when she was singing. I'm like, okay, do this like that. And I saw the improvement over the years. I'm like, oh wow, and now when they're singing, I'm just like, wow, that's amazing. You got a beautiful voice. And my youngest, Alia, she's 13. She's an amazing dancer. I She will like choreograph stuff out of her head just like that on it. I'm just like, and the way she moves, I'm just like in awe. I was never
Mm.
like I could dance, but I was never a dancer per se. I would be taught. I could
Yeah.
do okay. It would pass. But she's amazing. So yeah, they're pretty artistic and painters. My mom was a great artist, a painter and stuff like that. We had a lot of talent. My sister sings too.
Oh.
um we had and my cousin, and we come from a musical family. My uncle and my cousin, they had their own band, and we would sing in the band. And at one point we did a couple shows, the 3 of us, we did a tribute to ABBA. So we sang like, I don't know, like 12 songs of ABBA at this show. So it was a lot of fun. So it's a family thing.
Nice. Very
Do
nice.
your
Yeah.
do your kids or even your husband for that matter, like, do you bring them to events now and do they look around like, it's just my mom, that's what she does? Or is it like, holy crap, mom's like a superstar, like she's an
Yeah.
icon, do they?
Yeah, that's what they say. Most shows were at clubs, so that for a long time they couldn't be there. But when I did the tour about 3 years ago with 90s Nostalgia,
Mm-hmm.
I brought them with me. So I did 2 shows in Toronto, one in Calgary, and they followed me. My husband and my 2 kids, they came to the shows, and they were just more in awe because Aqua was there, and Ace of Base and Maximilian, and they met all these people.
That's great.
And they're pretty proud of their mom. I'm so happy though. It's
Yeah. Well, that's
makes
something
me
big for them to be able to say, "Oh my God, look, my mom's performing with all these."
Yeah.
But even more so, I mean, we're gonna go back in the chat a little bit where you performed with Backstreet Boys opening up for them, and shout out to Lexi and Love Bunny who were talking about. Where's that comment? There it is. The silver. Oh, Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Right there, the silver outfit.
Yes.
Love Bunny saying that she loved your silver outfit when you opened up for Backstreet Boys. When did that happen again? When you opened for Backstreet Boys?
And 97, 98.
And how did that come about?
I was signed to Tycoon Records. That was MC Mario.
Oh yes,
His label with the owner of the Club Dome in Montreal. And they made some calls. They kept calling. I think it was Jive Records. They kept calling. They kept calling. I think they just got sick of him, and they're like, "Okay, well, we'll take MJ." So I got like a little 10-day tour with them, Canada, like Quebec, Toronto, and Ottawa, and all that. So that's how that came about, and I was so excited. I couldn't believe it. Like I was like, as if this little girl from Ottawa. I never thought, never in a million years would I have thought to be the opening act for the Backstreet Boys. That was a different kind of show, because I was always used to singing in clubs, and those are big shows in big stadiums, like the Sky Dome at the time. It was amazing. I feel so blessed to have been a part of that, and became friends with them and kept in touch, and for a little while, and then it was so cool. It was so cool to be part of that. I have never seen that. I went into a van at one point because we went from a show to a club to party with them, and I got in the van with them, and these girls were, oh my gosh, the van was going back and forth. I was like, what?
Yeah, see, that was
My name-
Love. That was Love Bunny and Lexi. They were the one. No, I'm joking. Love Bunny.
Oh yeah.
They're big fans.
It
They're
was so
big
cool.
fans,
It was like nothing I've ever like lived through before. It was something else. It was
Have you ever
really, really
had any
cool.
crazy moments like that while performing on stage or anything like that? I don't want to say that with like crazy fans, but any how do we say
Well,
it, Staples? Unique, special? What do we say?
Things that
a
might
lot
have
of
stand out. Maybe, crazy things happen. I don't know, monitor fell down on somebody breaking a toe, whatever.
well, I got thrown a bottle once. I think this
Oh,
girl didn't like her boyfriend looking at me, so she
oh
wasn't
boy.
having it.
Really?
And it felt weird a lot of times. I was a super shy girl. I just didn't want to seem like I didn't want people to think that I thought I was all that. And I was
Hmm.
really like super shy, and I remember the bouncers pushing the people, and I'm like, no, it's okay,
Right.
but I get these looks from these girls sometimes, and they didn't but nothing really really that awful or bad. I've been pretty lucky when it came to that, but it's gonna happen. It's normal.
Well, yeah, and I'm going to add to that a little bit with my next question. And I know it's PG friendly kind of show, but like, did you have like gentlemen kind of like willing to be your assistant? Let's just say, like, did you have gentlemen throwing themselves at you as a performer? I'm keeping it,
Well,
I'm keeping it
I
nice.
guess, yeah, you should there. It was good though. They were pretty polite, let's
Hmm.
say. It was never anything raunchy or whatever.
Right, right.
um some sketch. I'll always remember though, one time, I think it was called the Cell Block in Niagara Falls. These two guys came to the DJ booth, and I was with my father, and he was older gentleman, and they showed me this card that they were working for a private investigator or something like that, and they
Mhm.
wanted to bring me back to my hotel room. And I've always had big intuition. Like I'm
Mhm.
not going to say I was paranoid, but I was overly cautious. My
Sure. You
my
have to be,
mom
yeah.
was always on my case to be careful. And I mentioned something to the DJ, and he said that's sketch. And they did a. I had to do a report with the police.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
wow.
I was backstage, and they were asking me questions, and they got charged for a federal offense. It was, yeah.
I guess that
That
would
could have been.
really.
Imagine if I would have said yes. They could have. What?
Mm,
You don't know what they could have done.
yeah.
Wow.
Any
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
That's
people are
just.
nuts. You gotta be careful. I mean, even in this day and
yeah,
age, people are just crazy.
Mhm.
yeah. You gotta. That's one thing that I'm happy I wasn't like a big popular,
Yeah.
like all these big stalkers and all that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's scary stuff.
Yeah.
But
Now,
I've
with
been
all the
safe.
events that you've ever done, is there anything that stands out as one of your favorites? Like that was like to you, like, oh, that was it. That was the one best gig I've ever done.
Oh my God, there were so many, but I have to say the Backstreet Boys tour, that was the
Yeah.
biggest thing because it was just something else. It was just a big production, and Yeah, I
I
would have
got
to
you.
say that would be
That would be
the
pretty.
one.
Yeah,
But
I would think that'd be a pretty big memory in your brain. Of course, of course.
And,
yeah,
and you have worked with, and again, it's unfortunate she's not here today, but you have worked with, or you've been on stage with Simone for a
yeah,
concert. I don't
many
remember what it
times.
was for. What was it for? Or there was a few of them.
Oh my gosh, that goes back a long way. Like my God, years ago, we did this. I don't know what it's called, something fest. I can't remember. That was one of the first times I think we went back on stage after years and years of not seeing each other. But after that, I did the last 3 years ago, the 90s Nostalgia. That's another big one that I wanted to mention that I really enjoyed, the 90s Nostalgia one with Ace of Base and all that. That was pretty cool. That
Yeah.
would be my second one. That was awesome. But yeah, we did quite a few shows together. She's such a nice lady. She helped me out in Calgary because I was struggling with my vocal cords, and she's like, "Oh, you can do this." She was helping me, and
Mm,
she's such a nice lady. And Thea Austin is amazing as well. They're
yeah.
so sweet and nice ladies. Genuinely nice ladies.
They are very,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, I want to shout out
we
Thea Austin, who was on our show not 1 week but 2 weeks in a row. Because after being a guest, we're like, you got to come on back, and she did, and she was cool.
yeah.
So yeah, shout out to Thea. And that's the other thing too. Like we spoke to Barry Harris and Thea and Simone, and now you. It's like your songs, like again, I kind of mentioned this before, but like they stand the test of time, and it's like it's a banger of a track. So Thea has the snap track or soul. I'm blanking out right now because you're here, but Barry Harris with Thunderpuss and Simone with Superstar, and you with your stuff. It's like it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Again, if you
Especially
told,
for me,
go ahead.
because again, like I enjoyed the music before my DJ career, before I even
Mm,
knew I was going to be, because not all of us were 15-year-old good vibes that were ready to DJ and everything, right? So
mint, bro,
it was
mint.
man, bro. It was way before my time, and these were the songs that I loved listening to. These were the songs that I enjoyed going to the clubs and looked forward to going to the clubs to listen and to hear. So it's yeah, and shout out to Thunderstorm as well, who when he heard you were going to be on, he was very excited. So that
oh
was
yeah,
wonderful.
I
So
connected.
yeah,
That was funny because when I was on the Junos or Russ, I sent a message on Instagram to say thank you to the DJ Terry. I didn't know it was
Terry
Terry
Green,
at the
yeah,
time, but
yeah,
Mm,
to say thank you. And there's an automatic message that comes on. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll wait. When he sees the message, but then he goes, "Is this really MJ?" And I was like, "Yeah,
yeah.
of
yeah,
course." But
yeah,
then in the chat, I was looking at the chat, and he goes to Terry, he goes, "You have to go check Instagram," and I
yeah,
was like, so excited. That made me so happy.
yeah,
And then he said live, he said, "I don't know if it's a joke, but I think MJ was."
yeah.
I thought that was
Yeah.
the sweetest thing ever. I'm like, oh my gosh,
They didn't
that
think it
made
was
me
real at
so
first.
happy.
They didn't think it was real at first. And
I
shout out
know.
to Terry as well, whose birthday was this past weekend on Saturday. So happy birthday to Terry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
happy birthday. I sent him a message
yeah.
on Instagram. Anyways, yeah, it was so cool.
I have
I
to ask
just
you a
feel
quick question. I
so,
got to ask you a quick question, MJ, because
yeah.
we had Rick Campanelli on the show, and somebody asked him, "What's the most famous person that you have logged in your cell phone as a contact?" And he said, "Nick, Nick, Dan, help me out. The
From
guy
from
Nick
from
Carter
Backstreet,
from the
Nick
back.
Yep,
Carter
from
from
Backstreet
Backstreet
Boys.
Boys."
Yeah.
So let me ask
Okay.
you, do you have Nick Carter's number in your cell phone?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. I had to ask. I had to ask.
No, I was mostly friends with Howie back in the day.
Oh,
Like we were really good friends, and we would talk a lot on the phone. And he would ask me advice with the girlfriend he had at the time.
yeah.
And I was friends with his sister as well. She was such a Pollyanna, such a nice girl. And but no, I don't have. I mean, I communicate with a lot of artists from the '90s, but I don't.
But you
Yeah.
still got Howie's number, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Is there
No, well, yeah,
anybody?
that was way
Right,
back.
but
That was
yeah, I
in,
got you.
you know.
I
Is there
got
anybody
Dan's
that you
number.
have? Yeah, that's all you got.
Don't
My
even
number.
want his number.
Is there anybody that you have not worked with that you've always wanted to work with?
Oh my goodness, that's a good question. Hmm.
I'm not.
Well, the other time
I
when
stole the question from Staples because he asked that one a lot. So
Yeah, it's a go-to.
yeah.
last time when Thea and Simone were on, and I said I'm just try and write something down, and when I asked that I'd love to sing, it's not a duet. I don't know if you could call it a whatever,
Mm-hmm.
three girls singing. That would be really awesome.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That would be really cool to be able to sing with them.
Listen,
But yes.
Simone singing about the stars, you singing about the moon. I mean, I see it lining up, right?
It's like a solar system track
Right,
in
solar
the
system
making.
track right
Yeah,
there. Come on,
that'd be
Samus, get on
awesome.
it. Start writing it,
Yeah.
guy.
Oh my goodness. Oh
Oh,
my goodness.
that's
Um,
so cool.
so have you ever had the opportunity though to meet any of your musical heroes in your journeys?
And who are some of your musical heroes? Who are some of those like
Well,
big
when
influences?
I did do the show at 90s Nostalgia, me meeting Djstaples was, I mean, I wasn't even signed to any label. I just got off, from being in the band. I was still a teenager. Um, I love their music, and when I was part of that show, when being on stage with her. Fun fact, I when I was having trouble in with my vocals in Calgary, she sat me down and she did a therapy on me, and she took my tongue with
Oh,
with a
really?
towel and she pulled on it, and I was
Wow.
sitting there, I'm like, Jenny from Mesa Base is playing with my tongue. What the heck is
Yeah.
going on? I was so in awe. I was just like, and I was gagging because it was a reflection because what she was doing to help me with my vocal cords. That was a highlight. Seriously, I was like, I
That's
can't believe
crazy.
I'm here, and
I
she's
mean,
playing with my
listen,
tongue.
every time I see Staples, I always do the same thing. I always pull on his
Yeah.
tongue and just no.
Yeah. Yeah. And
That
I'm
is
like, I
pretty
can't
crazy though.
believe Dan's pulling on my tongue again. Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets a little
But
weird in
I'm
here,
trying to
MJ.
think of what that helps for the vocals, I guess stretching out the tongue. It's
I
interesting.
I guess, but yeah,
That's weird.
she
That's
was
so
so
funny.
nice. She was so nice and helpful and such a sweet lady. Like I was amazed being a part of that. Maximilian, I had done shows. Oh
I
my gosh, I did a show with him. I think it was in Baie-Comeau, Quebec City
mhm.
area, early 90s, and being back doing shows with them. And I'll always remember as well, it was called the Gloucester Fair in Ottawa, a little fair, and I was just there as a teenager watching Maestro Fresh West. And years after that, I did a show. I opened up sort of for him. I was on before him, and just that as well, I was just like as if I'm here with these people being, I
It's
I'm
amazing.
always in
Yeah.
awe. Like it's
Yeah.
just I just
There's an interesting one there. That's actually this is paradiddle. That's a great one.
Oh, there you go.
If you were to
There you
cover
go.
Beautiful Life, Ace of Base's Beautiful Life.
Oh,
Wow.
that's a good. It's a beautiful life. Ah, ah.
There
Yeah,
you
good
go. I
song.
There you
love it.
go. You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah. That's
That's
great.
awesome. That's so great.
I love that.
Um, I forgot the question I was going to ask. I hate when that happens. It's on the tip of your tongue.
Oh
Gone.
yeah,
Yeah, it's what
I
happens
know.
at my
It
age.
happens to me all the time. I
Oh
hate that.
boy. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I saw some sort of a posting. Did you do a gig with? You've already done it, or you have something upcoming with Stevie B?
I did it. That was the 90s nostalgia, but
Oh,
the one I think it was 2 years ago.
oh,
Not
geez.
last
Okay.
summer, the summer before that. Yeah, that did happen. Yeah.
How is that working
Yeah,
for
that was
him?
pretty cool.
Yeah.
People
What?
love him. He was amazing. I remember hearing him when I was, oh my gosh, I was maybe 16 years old, sitting in my room, and my sister's ex at the time, his boyfriend at the time, had a cassette, and it
Yeah.
was Power
Mm,
96 from Florida. And I remember hearing his music, and that's how I started knowing Stevie B. And then years after that, I was at a show, on the same stage as him.
yeah.
Crazy. Mind blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
My
He's
mind is blown.
phenomenal
I
too.
just
He is such a great performer. Like if anybody has not seen Stevie B live, I'm telling you, that guy gives it his all. Like he
yeah.
enjoys, like you can tell he has so much passion when he sings on stage. He makes you feel the music. He's incredible.
Yeah, and what I love
Yeah,
about it,
we
he
got to
has a
get him
live
on the show. I
band.
would love to talk with him. Yeah, and he plays with a live band who, when he
Uh,
comes to Canada, plays with my boy Jeff Lepard.
oh
He's
yeah, that's
Jeff Lepard
awesome.
is one of the he's Stevie B's drummer when he's up here in Canada.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cool. It's not the same having I've been in a live band. I mean, that's how I started. And it's not the same feeling at all. It's like
Mm,
you just get the vibe from all the instruments and the other, the other band members, and it's just a completely different thing, It's just
Yeah.
it's something else. I miss that. Maybe one day.
So, and that leads to one of the questions I was going to ask. Have you ever had any, in relation to, of course, your musical career, anything? And this is a tough question. I apologize to ask it this way, but have you ever had any regrets or anything that you wish you would have done a little bit different at all? It's a tough one to
Hmm.
ask. I apologize for asking it, but I'm just
No,
wondering if
no
there's
worries.
anything
No, I'm going to be totally transparent. And I wish I wasn't as insecure and as vulnerable as I was when I was younger. I let things happen with my career that I wouldn't accept today.
hmm
People, the way I was treated, controlled, um, didn't own my life anymore at one point. That was something that, yeah, not that I regret because I did
Yeah.
learn from it.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know. I just wish I could have been not stronger is not the word, but just a little more. I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
what
See,
to
but
say.
I'm glad you did answer it that way as well, because you never know if there's a younger girl out there who's listening who has this dream and has to aspire to become an artist and to take it to the next thing. But that is something that they can learn from you. So I appreciate you sharing that with us. Yeah.
I
It's
did
like
have a lot of
hindsight.
support.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's like
sorry.
hindsight, right? It's like almost like hindsight, right? You wish you knew then what you knew now, and then therefore maybe you would have handled situations differently. You might have said yes to this and no to that, or it is what
Right.
it is, right? I mean, we all
It
we
it
all do that.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't change anything. I just wish it caused me to I quit the music business for a little while because of that. I just had enough. I'm like, that's it. I don't want to do this anymore. I instead of resigning to a label, I just said I knew in doing that because my first when I was signed to New Music, I had a 5-year contract with them and with Primus Records. And within 3 years, I wasn't well mentally, affected me. My mental health was really going through something, and I canceled my contract. I contacted a
Wow.
lawyer. I'm like, I have to end this, and I had, it was a hard decision because I'm like, my career might be over, and that might
Mhm.
be it. I might be done, but my mental health and my health was more important than that.
Sure.
And yeah,
Mm.
and then but then Tycoon Records came along, and then I just when it was time to renew my contract, I wasn't sure anymore. I doubted, I was getting tired, and I just decided not to re-sign, and I stopped music for about 5-6 years.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah.
that was a little tough, because music has been part of my life for you
hmm
know, for
Yeah.
most of my life. And
Yeah.
I needed that break because I needed to regroup myself. I had children, and but then I got this girl that because I was working at Bell Mobility at the time as an operator, and a friend of mine knew this guy who knew a booking agent, who he's still my booking agent today, Jerry, and I've known him for, oh my God, 15 years. He's been booking my shows, and that's how it started, and that's how I reintegrated myself in the business and started doing shows again. But yeah, I didn't want to for a long time. I missed it, but I don't know. I stopped singing and I knew there was something wrong with me when I stopped singing. I'm like,
Right.
no,
Right.
this is not good. So, yeah,
Yeah.
but then
Yeah.
I healed, everything's good. And, I started up again. And now, I don't know, I feel liberated. I feel like I can do it on my own time. I don't feel controlled. I feel like it's just, and things, when it's true, when doors they close, other
Another one
opportunities
opens.
come.
That's
Yeah.
true. That is true.
And yeah,
And
so
Sam has said, it's great to have you back where you belong.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah. And I'm happy to be here. And I'm, and just, I have a family that supports me. My husband follows me everywhere because I'm like, I need you. I need you. Right. I need you to be, because I do suffer a little bit from anxiety, and he's my support system. And when he's there with me, I just feel like it's going to be okay. And I appreciate that so much. Yeah.
So just because I love blowing up the chat, I want to hear from the chat. What are your favorite MJ songs out there? So anybody in the chat, I want you to start typing it. Let us know what it is. Personally, for me, myself, In Your Arms Can't Go Wrong.
I need my glasses to see the chat.
To see, yeah. For me, it's In Your Arms. So.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Take me in your arms.
Let it go. Flying to the moon. All of them. All of them. There you go.
All of them.
Oh, that's Fern. Hey, Fern. She's a good friend of mine, Fern.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Love it. Heartbeat Tonight. Yeah.
Zuka. Thunderstorm says all of it.
That whole damn album. Thank you. Thank you, Love Bunny.
So let me ask you this. So you got Summerfest coming up in what is it, in July on the 26th with DJ Ezio and DJ Anton. And you got new music coming up with Sam Emjay. What else? What else is new for you, or what can we expect from you?
That's it for now, really. I'm just going with the flow, and it's just it's at a good pace, so I'm happy about it. And for now, that's a little bit. I'm not like Simone Denny. She's off doing the world,
me doing the world, like literally the world, that girl.
No, I know it's crazy, and good for her. I'm so happy. But for me, like, last show I did was in October. It was a 30th anniversary for the Club Dome in Montreal. So they invited me there. So that was the last show that I did. And then the one in July. So I'm happy like that. It just, for me, it satisfies me. If I get more shows, I'd be happy about it. But just, I don't expect much. I just appreciate what comes to me, and I just love it, and I enjoy it, and it just gives me that adrenaline that I need, and that euphoria feeling, and it's just it's great that after all these years, I'm able to do these shows. I never thought in a million years, never thought that I would still be doing this with the same songs, and and I think as well, being older and wiser, I have a better appreciation for everything. I always did appreciate. I was always someone who appreciated everything and never took anything for granted. But now I can really feel it. I can really absorb it and enjoy it, and not be stressed about it. It's fun to me. So
nice. I want to pull up a chat here where that Mixademic brought up here, where he said, my banker is also a MJ, Mary Jo. But I want to ask you about your name. How did you come up with MJ to come up with it that way?
My real name is Marie-Josée.
Yes. But why did you choose to do EMJAY?
Because when I was in the band that I was in when I was a teenager, our manager at the time, I remember we were in Nashville because the lead singer was recording the album for, well, it was for the group, but mostly it was him. That's a different story. Right. But anyway, I remember her sitting down on the bed, and she's like trying to figure out our artist names. And that's how she's the one who figured it out. She wrote EMJ. She took the MJ, and then she said, well, write it like this. And I've used that name since then. So yeah, that's how it came about.
Nice, very good.
And it's stuck ever since. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. We're an hour in, and so I'm going to let you go. But the last couple of minutes, I want to do something that I've never done on the show before. Sometimes we give out an Amazon gift card. We usually do it later in the show. However, we have a nice crew of folks watching here. So I'm going to ask a very specific question, and the first person that can put the answer in the chat, we will give them a $25 Amazon gift card. So with MJ here, the question I'm going to ask, and this is, Dan doesn't even know I was going to do this.
I have no idea what you're doing right now. I can just picture everybody's clearing their keyboards right now, ready to type.
Now, MJ, don't give out the answer. We have a 7-second delay advantage, right?
Okay.
So obviously, I know you're going to know the answer. We touched upon this earlier in our conversation, and I was going to ask you specifically about this. If anyone can name both of MJ's daughters' names in the chat, the first one to get both names, all right, $25 Amazon gift card from the DJ Staples Roundtable. So
very good. I think I have a feeling Fern was going to be the first one to answer that.
is she right? It is, and yeah, right? Yeah, of course. I wanted
Good job,
because
Fern.
all right. So here's what you got to do, Fern. You have to send me a message on the Instagram. It's DJ Staples 93 on Instagram. Pretty straightforward. Send me a message with your email address if you don't mind.
Congratulations, by the way.
Yes,
Fern.
congrats. Quick.
Yeah, congratulations.
Sorry, Zuka, you're too slow.
He's close. He's close. It's with an E, not an A for Enya. It's Enya, not Anya, but it's all good.
Yeah. So Fern, send me a message on the Instagram with your email address, and I'll get you a gift card out. It's an Amazon gift card. By the way, Fern's in Canada, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fern,
she
the
is.
gift card, you have to go to Amazon.com. Do not go to Amazon.ca. Amazon.com. Toronto in the house. That's what I'm saying. My hometown, or sort of. But anyway, Amazon.com, not .ca. That's the only thing you got to do. So send me a message on the Instagram and with your email, and I'll send it over to you. Which begs the question: Enya, is it named after the Irish singer?
Yes, it is.
It is. Beautiful. Beautiful
Yes,
name.
and my husband's the one who introduced me to that music. And when I was pregnant with Enya, I would put earphones on my belly and I would, have her listen to the music. And I fell in love since then. It's such beautiful music and her voice and everything. So I had to call her Enya.
I love it. Do you know the Irish performer who was out about the same time? Her name was Clannad.
Oh, I don't.
Anyway, Clannad did a song with Bono called "In a Lifetime." Phenomenal. But the reason I'm bringing it up is Clannad is Enya's sister. So there you go. They're both Irish singers.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome to know. I didn't know that.
There you go.
Did you know
fun
that?
fact.
My husband didn't know that either. Okay. That is so cool.
There you go.
I'll check that out.
Great.
Wow.
The one song I know of Clannad, like I said, is with Bono. It's called "In a Lifetime." It's phenomenal. But yeah.
How do you write her name?
Clannad.
Okay. I'll look that up for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
Couple of
That's
good Irish.
amazing.
Yeah, a couple of good Irish lasses there. But when you mentioned Enya before, I'm like, yeah, I gotta ask. So it took me a little while to get there. But beautiful name, and and both your daughters are your assistants. So there you go.
There you go.
Oh yeah, they're good, and I'm lucky to have both of them, and they're my babies.
Yeah, I hear you. I have 2 daughters myself, so I'm right there with you.
And I have a dog, Mila. She's a golden retriever. She's Mila.
Bring the whole family on. Is your husband right there? Is your husband by you?
Yeah.
Is he camera shy? Will he come on and say hello?
Come on, hubby. Come say hi.
You want to come say hi? He's not now. He's so shy. He's like.
Is he like in like a bad t-shirt and shorts and hair's all disheveled? He doesn't want to come on camera?
He has a t-shirt that says, "You think I'm sarcastic? You should hear what I don't say."
I think I like him already.
Nice.
Might be BFFs, him and I. Well, shout out to your family. Awesome. Yeah, shout out to your husband. Shout out to your assistant daughters for helping
Thank
us
you.
out.
I will let him know. He ran away now. No, I
don't
go
he got
away.
scared. What a wuss. He got scared. Come on back. What's your husband's name?
It's Alain.
Alain, get over here, Alain. I like the French.
Alain, come on. Oh, come on. Don't be he's so cute.
and so shy.
He is shy.
All good.
He loves being in the background.
But he's a good supportive husband, and that's all you could really ask for, right?
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. I'm really lucky. It's I feel blessed in every way.
That's great.
And thank you. Great. Thank you for having me on. I'm so
We really appreciate
grateful.
you being here. No, we really appreciate you being here. I just can't thank you enough again, just for being on Twitch and in the chats there. And I know there's been times through Genos or Us where I've given you, I don't want to say a hard time, but it's just coming up soon on Genos or Us, MJ live concert. And now it's going to happen in the mix, which is great. Bluebees actually, or cool. MC Tom, welcome Tom. one of you, if you can put up the link to where they can get tickets as well, if you could, for the In the Mix concert there. Just make sure you guys throw that up in the.
I think
Oh,
it's
the
on
Summerfest?
even eventbrite.ca, I
Eventbrite,
believe
yeah.
that you can go to get the
Yes.
tickets.
Yeah,
It
eventbrite.com.
is on Eventbrite? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Perfect.
Eventbrite.com. All right. So, Fern, send me a message on the Instagram, and I'll send you the gift card for answering the great question. Thank you, MJ. I can't say thank you enough. You're a delight to speak to. Glad to get the opportunity to chat with you and get to know you. And even though Alain, your husband, didn't want to come on camera, it's nice to you guys are all there and really enjoyed this. Really enjoyed chatting with you guys. So I appreciate you
Thank
being here. And
you.
thanks very much.
Oh my gosh. I appreciate being here. Anytime you want me back, let me know. I'll be there.
All right.
Yeah, for
All
sure.
right.
100%.
Love to have you back. Love to have you back.
I would love
When
to.
Simone's here,
really,
hopefully when she comes back from the other side of the earth here.
I would love that to chat with Simone. Yeah, that would be really nice. That would be awesome.
All right, we'll
Yeah.
get you back very, very soon. Then sit tight. We'll have you back very soon for sure.
Thank you. It's already like it passed by an hour. What? It goes by
I
too
know.
fast.
That's what happens. Time goes by when you're having a good time.
Yeah, for sure.
You know. But we'll
next
be
time.
posting some clips. We'll put them on Instagram. We'll post some clips. We'll tag you on that. And yeah, everybody that was here in the chat just to see you. I mean, you know, like I said, there was
Thank
a
you,
lot
everybody.
of there was a lot
thank
of
you to everybody in the
anticipation.
chat.
Yeah,
I'm so happy that they were there. It's really nice.
a lot of nice words in the chat. Everybody's very happy that you're here. So, all right, MJ, thank you again. Can't thank you enough. We'll
Thank
definitely
you.
be talking to you soon. Good luck on July 26th at Summerfest. Get your tickets from eventbrite.com. And yeah, well, .ca. Sorry, guy. I'm in the States. And let us know if you get that YouTube channel started up. We'll plug it like crazy.
I will. Maybe one day.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, MJ. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you again soon.
Round of applause.
Thanks again.
Thank you so much, MJ.
Thank you to both of you. Thanks so much. I had a blast. This was really, really nice.
We'll
Thank you
definitely
very
do
much.
it again. Yeah, we'll definitely do it again. Thanks so much for being
I love that.
You're
All
awesome.
right. And maybe we'll get your
All
husband
right.
on camera next time.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Prep
do
him.
this with the camera, but I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, if I do that, I might not have to sleep on the couch tonight.
Right. Next time, just be like, hey, Alain, let's go out. Let's get in the take a shower. We're going to go out and go, you know what? Don't feel like going out, but that Staples guy's doing his show. But now he's clean. He's showered. Maybe he'll come on camera.
He's clean and showered and all looking good, but he's too shy.
I hope he doesn't want to beat me up. I just want to say that much.
Staples with the trickery. That's it.
Always. All right. Thank you, MJ, very much. It was nice chatting with you.
Thank you.
Chat. Let's hear
Have
one
a
more
good
time. Round of
evening.
applause for MJ.
We'll see you again for sure.
Thank you
Give
to
it up.
everybody for being here.
Thank you.
Yep,
Take
we'll do
care.
it again. All right, MJ. Take care. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. Nice round of applause. Give it up for MJ, everybody. How cool was that?
Really cool. Really cool. That was great. Like I said, just listening to her music over the years, it's been fantastic.
Yep. So I want to make sure that I get that. I'm just checking my Instagram messages. Make sure you send me your
Love
your
Bunny has
email.
a question for you there now. Yeah, like Euro now or what?
Yeah.
Not to say, hold on, no, it's not to say that you disliked Euro. You've always liked Euro. It's just freestyle.
I'm more of a freestyle, but I like some Euro. Absolutely.
Yeah. Fern's gonna says that Fern's gonna message you now.
Who? Okay, good.
Yeah. Lexi saying class act, so down to earth.
Yeah, she was great. She was super great.
Yeah,
loved
really cool. Yeah,
yes.
And that's why, like, we see her in the chats there on Twitch, and she's just fantastic. She's excellent.
Also, I'll say this: everybody that knows me well enough, I'm not a huge Euro guy. However, I do homework for the show, and so I listen. I was listening. I was getting into it. Look, Flying to the Moon. I love the song. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
I might play it again because I liked it so much. How about that?
There you go.
All right, Euro's not taking over the channel, so settle down, Lexi. But see, this is what I love about this. This was my goal when we started this, was to be able to have this kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Format to talk about everything music, right? It could be be Euro, it could be house, it could be rock and roll, it could be whatever.
Listen,
right? This is what
Glass
it's all
Tiger,
about right here on the round
MJ,
table.
Maestro.
Dude, the prime
Music's-
minister, for crying out loud, of hip
The
hop.
music is just it's
Don't
endless.
forget
It's all
K-Man.
around.
Don't forget
K-Man.
K-Man.
Oh,
Yeah.
K-Man is
Yeah.
flipping hilarious. Oh my god.
Yep. Well,
Oh,
we've
God.
had some pretty badass guests
Did
on
you
this
see his
show
video that he did when he was in the garage?
in the NWO. Yeah.
Oh,
You know what's great about K-Man?
oh, that was
He's full of
great.
shit. This is why I like K-Man, because he's full of shit. And I mean
Why?
that in a great way, because he's very humble. And he's
Yeah.
like, oh, people are going to drop off if they say, no. He's an entertaining guy.
So entertaining. Such a
He's
funny
so
guy.
entertaining.
Yeah.
And he's humble, but he's full of shit because people love him and people want to see him. And like, what's he going to do next? And I mean that in the most wholehearted, nice kind of way.
Yeah.
So there we go. That's my little rant. Oh, I got rants, my friend. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is?
For another humble person.
Very humble. Ladies and gentlemen, please get ready for the one and only George Andrew.
George.
Yeah,
Go,
it's time
George.
for Blueby's favorite part of our show.
Blueby's favorite part. Oh, we had the lead
So
on,
nice.
sorry.
Play it twice. Why not?
Oh, play it. That's it. I got the
Sing
lead
it.
on.
1990 broadcast on the scene with the lean and a bucket full of dreams. By the way, shout out to DJ Shams in the chat. The offspring of one DJ George Andrew. DJ Shams, you got to get on here one day.
Yes.
We haven't done a guest DJ here in a while, and you're the next one. So we got
True,
to
true. I think that is a fantastic idea, Shams.
got to make it happen.
George,
So-
make that happen, George. Welcome, George.
Actually, but you know,
Everybody-
kids don't listen to you. You know what I mean?
No, I know.
They
I know.
they do their own thing. You know, shut up, Dad.
Yeah,
You know?
these damn kids. They don't.
I
do
know these
anything
kids. You
themselves.
can't beat them. You know what I mean? Well, you can. You know.
Well, I appreciate you being here, Shams, for the interview. And now that your dad's here, you better stick around.
Yeah.
Because that would be pretty bad if you didn't stick around for your dad. Man gave you life.
That's okay.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you didn't do anything for him. You gave him life. You know? I mean,
Well, I
More
think
for
Mr.
you,
George would
Shams
take a lot
wouldn't
more
be here.
credit for that than me.
well, I'm just saying, you didn't do it alone.
Well, I tell you what. I mean, maybe when he comes on, he'll tell you the story. He won't remember, but I got. But when the day he was born, April 24th, 1981.
Happy belated.
I was in Paris, France.
Mm.
I was never forgiven for that.
Really?
Yeah. He'll tell you about that one.
All
You know.
right.
Yeah.
You don't want to air any, the Andrew family dirty laundry or anything.
Oh, no, there's no dirty laundry. It's just, it's all up aboard. It's just, I thought he'll be back because he was originally due for the 26th. And I said to Mrs. George, it's all right, I'll be back. I'll be back by Sunday, and he came along on Friday. So
there you go.
Forward.
All right.
That's
Well, we're
rock and
glad
roll.
he's here. I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad it's another episode of Your Backside. I know the answer, so again, I'm not going to blurt it out. But folks in the chat, if you have an idea you want to guess, you can ask questions leading up to hopefully getting the correct answer.
Yeah. Well, we were chatting after the show last week, and actually, Dan, I don't know if you remember, I said, you just give me an idea for next week.
I remember.
You remember, yeah.
I can't remember what we were talking about.
And then I asked you for a hint, and you wouldn't give me a hint.
Yeah,
but that's okay. I still love you. I still love you, George.
Oh, I can't remember what we were talking about that made me think that, because it was
I don't
somebody
recall
along that genre of music or that kind of artist.
Yeah, I don't recall.
It's from 1984.
Okay,
so we're in the 80s, mid 80s.
Oh. Who's the guy on the back there?
That is Quincy Jones.
So I'm assuming that he produced
Quincy Jones
the album.
produced album.
Yeah, he produced the album.
Quincy Jones. Quincy, who did
Mixedemic
Quincy for?
And I was actually reading some of the credits, and Phil Ramone actually mixed the album. So it was,
wow. Okay. Mixedemic guessing in the chat, Quincy Jones.
Well, I think I don't know if that was Mixedemic's
We're looking
guess.
for the artist.
Just
Is that a
saying
guess?
That's who was on the back.
I got my finger on the trigger if that was a guess.
Oh,
Here, ready to
the hairpin trigger. There you go.
There it is.
I don't think it's so. Love Bunny's asking. I'm going to come back to your first question, but the second question Love Bunny asked is if it's a band. I don't think it's a band. I think it's a solo artist. Is that correct?
It is a solo artist, US. So
a US solo artist. Yeah. And Love Bunny wanted to know if it is a girl or a guy.
It's a male. Yeah.
It is a male. I figured it would be a male.
Yeah.
All right, Fern. Thank you for the message. I'll send that over later.
I'm looking at the whole and the Rick James. Sham's going with Rick James. Is Shams allowed to guess? Is Shams allowed to to do that?
He's allowed to guess. Yeah. He's wrong, but he's allowed to guess. Yeah.
Quincy Jones produced a lot of
Shams, you should be like running around your dad's basement looking at all his albums right about now.
That's another story. I told him to do that back in 1996.
Way to alphabetize, Shams. We're still waiting for you, buddy.
Shams guessing Eddie Murphy.
Ooh, my girl likes to party all the time.
Is it Eddie Murphy? What does Brad say?
No, not Eddie Murphy.
By the way, Eddie Murphy with Michael Jackson, "What's Up With You?" Great song. I'm just putting that on the little side there.
I'm guessing a lot more famous. Is this somebody who's still in the spotlight today?
No, he's no longer with us.
No longer with us. Okay.
DJ, wait, I'm forgetting who it is now, George. I don't want to hit the buzzer. I don't want to hit the buzzer if it's not, you know.
We have a guest from Skinner. We have a guest from Love Bunny who is saying Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra. That's an interesting one.
You might have to turn it around. Is it Frank Sinatra, George? Because I literally forget who it is now.
I think it might be.
Oh, it is Frank Sinatra. Way to go, Love.
Because we were singing like all the song because of Goodfellas last week.
Was that what it was? Yeah,
That's what. Yes. Can I tell you why I'm thrown off though? I'm very shocked right now because I did not know that Quincy Jones produced the Frank Sinatra album.
He produced lots. He produced lots for him, actually.
Wow.
I didn't know that either. That's interesting.
I mean, it was, he's known for Michael and Janet and all that. And
which album is this? Let me see the first.
This is called "LA Is My Lady," which was the big track off it back in '84. The club DJs were actually playing it in England. I don't know if it was the same thing over here. It's called "LA."
Sarah says, "I just remember my parents playing that record a lot the year of her birth." Yeah, that's probably what they were.
Yeah, there you go. I was going to say it's kind of probably your parents might have a copy of this.
Yeah,
in the collection.
It's baby making music right there.
It's a great album. I love the Mac the Knife version of this on there. It's great. And "LA Is My Lady." Check it out. It's pretty good. But yeah, the club DJs were playing that back in '94. Well worn sleeve, as you can see.
Yeah. That's interesting. I had no idea that Quincy worked with Frank, but again, Quincy worked with about everybody.
From early, in his early career, Quincy was always with him. Quincy, that is. There it is, Warner Brothers. Yeah.
Quincy did. What's the song that they use for Austin Powers? That song. It was also like the theme to the game show Definition in Canada for a little while.
Yeah, it
was also with
Bossa Nova Baby. No,
something like that. It's from that era. Yeah,
that's also with
any DJs in the chat want to help a brother out.
The Dream Warriors.
Yeah. Dream Warriors sampled it as well. That's right.
Yeah.
Style.
Well, not this, but yeah.
That's it.
Right there.
That's it. That's the one.
Soul Bossa Nova. Thank you, Mixademic. Yes. Showing off my Canadianism there. Remember watching Definition? Who was the host of Definition? Anybody remember? He was on everything. He was on Definition. He was on Card Sharks. I'm showing my age.
Oh, was it Chuck Woolery? No.
Jim Perry. Thank you, Mixademic.
Jim Perry was?
Yeah, Jim Perry
was the host on Card Sharks?
Yeah, guy. Game Show Network. Go look it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he did get
Powers.
Yeah, with the orchestra to that. That's right. My favorite.
My guess, by the way, the reason why I asked if it was somebody who's in the spotlight. So I don't know why. I thought it was a Lionel Richie album. That's
right. Yeah, it could have been.
That's why you're not a good DJ, right? So
what's wrong with Lionel Richie? It's amazing.
Okay. Hello.
I just don't know if Quincy Jones.
My favorite Quincy Jones track is a song called "The Secret Garden."
Oh yeah,
It's got Barry White.
Yeah,
one of the DeBarge people.
Yeah.
I think it's got Peebo, or is it James Ingram? I get them confused. And yeah, I don't know. It's just, you have that, the Secret Garden, Dan, just a smidge of that by chance? I know I'm putting you on the spot. I can't bust your chops if you don't. But
I love when you do that too. It's the best.
I might bust your chops.
It was
but
Barry White, El DeBarge. Let's see who's.
I'll take a guess.
That's all that I have in mind because Serato didn't want to do too many.
Right, that's why Serato stinks. Oh, come on. Go just fast forward a little bit. You know, it's a long song. It's like 8 minutes or something like that, right?
This version's 425, guys.
How long?
425.
You have the short version then.
Yeah.
Because there's like an 8-minute version of it.
I make up for it elsewhere.
Who's the girl singer on that called?
DeBarge.
That's the girl singer, George. Is DeBarge.
Is that the one? No, I'm thinking of somebody else. And yeah, I'm thinking of another project. Yeah.
Listen to Barry. So I'm going to take my pants off. Go back, gang. Go back to when Barry
Listen.
Listen to this.
Let your hair down.
Come on. Everybody's dropping their panties right now.
You in the mood.
Boobies didn't even have any panties to begin with.
Settle down.
Take me with you.
I mean, come on. Look, Sham says 8:25 runtime. That's it is a boob.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I can listen to this song all day, every day. I love it.
By the way, this version that I have that's 425 is from Knockout Hits. So I'm just saying.
What?
It's Knockout Hits.
Okay.
ERG guy. ERG Knockouts.
Very well.
Just like them.
Was out, who did you say it was also in it? James Ingram, you thought, or what's his name?
It's Peebo Bryson
Bryson?
or James Ingram, one of the two.
Yeah, no, you failed in that one.
Well, who is it?
Maybe they are. I don't know. Maybe they are. But
Shams, help me out.
Shams, help him out because
it's like working with George. Help me out. This guy's useless. Yes, there is a great.
Don't start again.
No, I love that. There's a great documentary on Netflix about Quincy Jones. Yes, seen that.
Yeah.
Also, the Best Night in Pop, talking about the whole USA for Africa, which was also Quincy Jones.
Yes.
Is all big up in that because I think it was great how Quincy Jones had to kind of rally in like Bob Dylan during that whole USA for Africa thing, because Dylan didn't know what he was doing. And it was Stevie Wonder, of all people, that started mocking Bob Dylan's singing style. And Quincy's like, all right, let's get together. And anyway, that's go watch that documentary. That's that.
Yeah.
Shams
God
was
bless.
asking if it was Regina Bell.
For which? I don't know. No, Regina Bell on the track? No, I don't think so.
I'm trying.
I don't know.
There's someone else I was thinking of. It'll come to me later, but it's obviously a different project. Quincy Jones project.
Quincy Jones is the man.
Yeah. Well,
All
talking
right.
of Frank Sinatra, actually, I think we touched upon it a few weeks ago. Was that you used to play something at the end of the night at your gigs that you'd use regularly,
Mm-hmm.
and I honestly don't know how it came about initially. But when I was first came here in my early days, I was playing a club in Scarborough called Taps, and for some reason there was two brothers that owned it along with like the main owner, and they were trying to, and they came into the booth at the end of the night and said, "Can you play such?" There's something to do that they knew on the floor, and it was Strangers in the Night. He said, "Can you play Strangers in the Night?" And I looked through the stuff. Yeah, I played it, and I thought, isn't that a great ender? And that would have been like 1988.
Okay.
Right. And I used to use it all the time
As your ending song?
as an ending song. Like it just became a thing. And like when the CN Tower, and I was up at the CN Tower, it's Horizons, and it was a jazz bar, and all this, and they were trying to, do all that. And security, one of the things that security used to do, because everyone hated it, that phase we went through.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that when I used to wander through, like security at the bottom of the tower, they go, George, What time's Frank on tonight? You know.
They come looking for it, huh? That's cool.
Yeah, well, they wanted to close early, right? Go,
yeah.
You know, what time is Frank coming on? You know, and I used it for years and years. I still do, you know. Yeah,
it's classic.
I can't remember the reason. One day I'll remember, but there's a reason why they asked me for that, because I thought, why on earth would you play that for anybody? You know, in a bar, and it worked, and then I just picked up on it, and I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, Mixademic in the chat is asking if we're only seeing one backside. That's it, one backside per show. That's all we do.
Oh, there it is. It turned out so right.
Not that the show's over just yet.
No, I was just gonna say, and that does it. I was ready to go. Hold on, wait.
This is the one that takes us home or wherever.
This is it.
This
is it. Yeah, that's
turned out so right.
Screw this weekend music. Rat ass. Yeah, no, that's it. We're done. MJ was badass, and we hope to have her back.
Do you have music history this week?
I do.
So you're cover it, guy.
Sinatra.
Cover it, guy.
Sake. All right, you ready? Hold on. I got to hit the big button.
Good night, sweetheart.
All right, real quick, we'll do this.
Actually, 3rd of June. 3rd of June is the day that Skydome opened, by the way.
Ooh, is it really?
Yeah, 1989. Yeah, another reason why Sparkles kind of went down. Yeah.
Also, now it's known as the Rogers Center, not to be confused with Rogers Arena, home of the Edmonton Oilers Stanley Cup finalists. By the way, threw that out there.
We could call
Make that happen. Make that happen.
Yeah. Rogers Skydome. Why we could call it that?
Yeah. Connor McDavid, good boy from Richmond Hill. Go Oilers.
Oilers in 5. I'm calling.
I'm going to say 7, but let's go Oilers. All right, you ready? There you go. The best 5 seconds of TV all night.
Best 5 seconds you'll catch on Twitch all night right there.
Yeah, this day in music history. You ready? Yeah, on this day in music history, 2003, I found this to be very entertaining.
And you were almost going to let it go.
I know, but listen.
Wow.
Because I got a joke that goes with it, I think. Barry Manilow suffered a broken nose after he accidentally walked into a wall at his home in Palm Springs, California. Knocked himself unconscious. Although he passed out for 4 hours, he didn't endure any lasting effects or damage. You would think that Barry Manilow's nose would have stopped him from walking into the wall. But anyway.
Oof, that's a burn.
Whatever. Came and you gave without taking. So there you have it. 1990. Yeah, it's wild, wacky stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Bryan Adams, Barry Manilow, Frank Sinatra. 1995, Bryan Adams. Nobody knows the impression I just did, I guarantee. Started a 5-week run at #1 in the U.S. singles with Have You Ever Really Loved a Woman? Taken from the film. What, Dan? Do you know it?
Have You Ever Really Loved a Woman? Was from.
Anybody in the chat? Not Three Stooges.
No.
3.
It reminds me. It was country movie.
No. Don Juan DeMarco. That was torturous listening to you, so I had to give the answer. Don Juan DeMarco. It became Bryan Adams' 3rd U.S. solo #1, #4 hit in the UK, by the way. One more. 1977, Bob Marley and the Wailers released the album Exodus, which featured the hits Jamming, Waiting in Vain, Tree Little Birds, and One Love.
Guy, can I tell you the funniest thing is the fact that Bloopy says, no, your impression sounded like Three Stooges. Great.
Oh, I swear.
These are the best.
I swear he does these impressions. Fun fact that Time Magazine named Exodus the best album of the 20th century.
Wow.
And keeping it Canadian, born on this day in music on June 3rd, 1954, Mr. Sometimes When We Touch, Canadian pop singer and songwriter Dan Hill.
When we touch.
Yep. He had the 1978 US #3 and UK #13 single, Sometimes When We Touch, and Can't We Try, a duet with Vonda Shepard, which both songs have been remade in Euro, among other genres. I know there's Euro remakes, covers of those tracks as well. So there you have it.
There it is.
Here's the paperwork, makes it official. Going in the garbage. That's it.
So Raquel for you.
There it is. All right. So we're not going to go out with Frank Sinatra. We're going to go with Euro. Oh, this is so bad.
Come on, guy.
He's totally off key.
Who was? Raquel was?
Whoever this is singing.
I don't care what people say about the two of us from different worlds. I love you so much.
Hey, I got a message from Fab.
Are you listening? Listen to me.
Fab message you? Nice guy. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Really good guy.
Nice. I have to follow him, though. Oh, I am following him.
I mean, the music in this is just so.
Yes, Bluebies. Yep. Yep. You know what? Let's just do that. All right, everybody. Listen.
Did he jump or was he pushed?
Oh, no, he was pushed. He was totally pushed. I basically just said to Dan, try the skywalk and I'll hook you up. And I just pushed him. I pushed him. I'm kidding, Dan. Play something for us to go home to.
I was.
Oh, you're still. Let's see. He walked into the wall. I'm thinking Barry Manilow might have been high if he's walking into a wall. But again, that nose should have stopped him for real. By the way, go watch the Bob Marley movie that's out on Paramount. It's fantastic.
No, I've seen that. Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I can remember it happening at the time in the 70s. Yeah. So it's kind of like,
That's good stuff.
Yeah. I remember getting I think it was 75. I'd been out down in a place called Chester for the day, and I came home and I was opening up the new records that arrived that day, and it was No Woman, No Cry.
I just picture that young kid with the dreads.
George, we just lost your mic there for a second.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, really?
Oh, there you go. You're back now.
Okay. Yeah, and just that was the first time I ever heard of Bob Marley. And it was, that live at the Lyceum in London. And it was like 7 minutes.
Shams is just showing off now.
Yeah, just showing off.
Shams, honestly, when I read that, I was like, that's incredible.
Oh, yeah? Well, I smoked weed with him. How about that, Shams? There you go. No, I'm just kidding. Never did. I would. Smoke with Bob Marley? Come on.
Actually, what's about what song?
That was the Hikadelic Show theme song.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's a Bob Marley song, and I thought it sounds like the Banana Split. Someone pointed that out to me.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right.
Is it Don't Worry About a Thing? I've gone now. And I thought it really does.
Right. What song?
Raquel sang that song in Jenny Jones. What song is that?
Raquel sang Can't We Try? What song were you saying from Bob Marley?
Is it Don't Worry About a Thing? No, that one.
Bluebies loves your backside, George. She's just like, she wants more square
backsides. All right. Yeah. I'll dig one out for next week.
All right. Oh, Can't We Try?
Is it One Love? No.
With Joey Zunga. I can't see. Oh, Zanji. My bad.
Was it Three Little Birds Skinner sing?
Might be. And I thought someone said no one ever says it. And this was only the other week, but it's from a few years ago. Someone was saying. And I thought, yeah, it does. It does sound like the Banana Splits.
So great.
Is that what you think it is?
Three Little Birds, man.
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Oh, my history doesn't come up here. Damn it. I played a track the other day at a wedding. Anyways. Okay, guys.
All right. Yeah, keep playing Bob Marley while we say our thank you. So wish we
can't go wrong with a bit of Bob.
No, that's great.
These Three Little Birds right here, we're good to go.
All right.
I. Three Little Birds, man. Anyway.
George, thank you. You're a Blue Jay because you're wearing blue. George, you're a Canary. You got the yellow going on.
Yeah.
And I'm just a regular.
You're just the gray guy, the Greek guy dressed in
those
gray.
Birds.
Yeah. You're like I got nothing.
What do you call just those regular gray birds? The ones that are like you find
boring.
dead on the sidewalk.
Pigeon.
Not a pigeon. No, it's not a pigeon. Not a pigeon.
Remember Bert and Ernie doing the pigeon?
No.
Puff, puff, pass, Bluey says. Take it easy. What's wrong with you people?
Bluebies.
We went from talking to MJ to this nonsense. So let's just cut the cord.
It all starts with my backside. It just
I got
yeah.
I got to be honest. I had a separate link created so that we could keep the interview separate. Because what Dan and I used to do, George, was we would do the interviews, and then after the interview, whatever this is before like Simone kind of cleaned up our act. We would do like a second half on a completely separate link, so we could say and do whatever we want.
Okay.
And kept it away from the interview. Right? What's that?
Our tomfoolery.
And so I did that for tonight because I had some things I wanted to rant about. By the way, I got banned on another Twitch channel today, and I'm going to tell you why before we leave. Because the girl wasn't DJing. She was turning the knobs on the channel that was down. She was not mixing. And I said, you're turning a lot of things, and you're not really doing anything. Like, what's the point? And then I got banned. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, screw the fake DJs out there making lots of money off of Twitch.
I love I put them on my page. A couple of DJs where one's got a pyrotechnics going off in it.
Oh, yeah. Like
it burns his MacBook. It's like
I saw that today.
Yeah.
He's got the pyrotechnics all over the table. Did you see that, Staples?
No.
I'll send it over to you.
All right.
Like, what was the guy thinking, man?
Yeah. People are just
there's
stupid.
another one that I put one last week. I'd shared it from wherever, and it's a guy who's like that, and then he slips and he like bangs the table, and the whole table goes over, and everyone's there like, hey. It's chaos. It's like he's doing like rock bands smash all the gear up.
Yeah.
It was like that. It was just like crazy. I didn't intend to do it, but it's hilarious.
Because it burns me. What grinds my gears a little bit is listen, we've all put in our time, and it bothers me when some schmuck can just come on here and gets thousands and thousands of viewers, and they're not doing anything. They're not mixed. It's done. It's pre-mixed. They're turning all the digits and like constantly turning. And I watched because it was that or do work, and I was focused in. You could see her board, and she was turning the knobs on the channel that wasn't even turned up. So I was like, why are you turning those knobs? The channel's not even up. Like, what are you doing? Like, is this? And I'm like, you're not even mixing. Like, it's pre-mixed. I'm like, but God bless, you're getting hype train, and then they banned it. So
technology for you.
Yeah, it bothers me because what other occupation do people fake like that and try and get by? It's like, whatever.
Dude, you asked it, man. What other occupation is faked that they get by?
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Again, you know what, Dan? Let's go live on the other link when this is done, and I'll go off. I'll be dropping bombs over Baghdad. Nah, Dr. Staples is dead. Anyway, George, thank you for your backside.
Welcome.
Thank you, George.
Yeah.
Thank you for your son, DJ Shams.
Yeah.
And we'll get him on here one day. Dan, as always, we'll get him on here. We'll do a guest DJ soon. Dan, thank you for being you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the quality tunes.
Oh, don't forget, tomorrow night, join me. Switch to Twitch, 10 p.m. See you then.
That's it.
Right. We'll take a little trip across those dance floors and those decades. Drop in and tune out. Get out of that rut, into a groove. I could go on, but there you go.
Keep going on. Keep going on. I love
it.
For all the ballroomers and tuners, clubbers and dubbers, and music lovers, we'll play a tune or two tomorrow evening, 10 p.m.
All right. See you next week, everyone. Thank you.
You
Love Bunny's gonna do the raid, and Dan, you got the rest. We're good. We're gonna raid over to our buddy. I don't know what Nick Styles, our buddy. Maybe one day we'll get a raid. That'd be lovely.
There you go. All right, we're good to go.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you all. We'll see you again next Monday, 9:00 Eastern. We'll see what happens next week. George, thank you. Dan, thank you. Love Bunny, thank you. Everybody that's here in the chat that was here, thank you for being here. MJ, of course, thank you. Movies, go take a cold shower.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.